what would you like a startup founder, a person that's about to embark on what is probably the most optimistic thing they're ever going to do, which is starting a company in India? What would you want them to take away from this conversation, or in general, your practice of building data for India, writing whole numbers and half truths? What would you like to talk about?
So I think I'd really come back to what drives my optimism, which is what's happening with Indian data. And I'd like to encourage much more people to pay better attention to what's coming out from public data, not just small private sources, but the sort of data that we've talked about, which does what you were describing earlier, which is it helps people situate the work that they're doing within broader or wider Indian realities. And I think putting uh, putting words down to what an Indian reality is never going to be easy. And there's multiple ways to come at it. People do it from everything from film to looking at numbers. But I think my learning over the last 10 years has been that we often feel that it's only field experience that gives you a real sense of what Indian realities can look like. But I think my pitch has been that looking at good public data can give you a much better sense of what the country really looks like in ways that are surprising across the spectrum. As you said, it isn't that there is one story and that isn't a story of everything being much bleaker than you imagined. I mean, I think the washing machines example really is that to me, just the nuance in it. So I think access to public data has driven my optimism around what can be said about the country. I would encourage more people to use this more widely and not live within bubbles and echo chambers. We are doing all that we can to make this data more accessible because I don't think it should be hard work as it is right now. And I think continuing to look at nuance is important. We've been very struck by how much of the received wisdom on all the topics that we write about is plain wrong. And I think these are sometimes narratives that just get handed down over time and take on the veneer of truth, while looking at the data itself produces a much more surprising and original view of the area that you're looking at than relying on these sort of tired narratives. So that's what I'd encourage people to do. Look much more at the data itself. We are here to help with that. But form your own new view because a lot of the old narratives really get the country wrong.